Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Being a Noob in StarCraft 2. Now, welcome to the show. Now, this one, after my experiences with especially even PvP in my player versus player modes in other leagues, so to me, I thought for me it would be best to actually get out of the Southeast Asian server and did some practice matches. Practice league matches to try to get myself back to basics, trying to get myself on scratch. So here we are. I'm playing as Terran. Now, for those who don't know, I actually play both Terran and Protoss. So this is pretty much getting back to basics. Alright, for the first game in this practice league, this is actually a North American server. I actually got out of the Southeast Asia and actually did some practice on the American server instead. For me, I'm playing Terran, and my intention for this game to actually try to learn how to actually fast tech the battlecruisers. Now, fast tech the battlecruisers, from what I heard from Total Biscuit, it only works in sort of lower level leagues. When you get to the higher level leagues, it's not really a viable tactic. Alright. Just for info, this might probably be my last few videos I'll be doing, because this week I'm gonna push forward my computer build, and this Thursday, I'll be taking leave. I'll be taking leave from the army, and I will actually be able to have myself a computer build. And thankfully, this coming week is not gonna be such more stressful week. Tomorrow I'm reporting late, Friday I'm reporting late, and Thursday I'll be on late. So I'm gonna fix my computer during Thursday. What I'm gonna do is just bring the parts over and actually build a computer around it. Alright, so right now, not just analyzing my build, we're here to actually teach other players tips and tricks and also all that sort of thing. The basic rule of practically any race is that you must not stop building your workers, be it SCVs, be it your pros, or even your drones for that matter. Okay, so he's gone to an early gas. Well, actually I did went for early gas as well, because I actually went for something even more high tech. Well, as I said, this is not really viable in the higher level leagues, because in the lower leagues they tend not to get aggressive and they tend not to scout you too often. But in this case, this is a practice league match, so nothing cheesy can't get up here because it's basically all ramped off. And straight into the factory at around the 3:50, which is possibly the correct time for me to do it. So after that, just quickly get the starboard out and quickly crank out into my execution core and into a battlecruiser. Okay, Mu goes down, and at this time, at 16 supply, you should have at least one orbital command. Orbital command is very useful. You can deploy mules, you can call it extra supplies, so supply depots. I don't really use them more often. I find actually building a supply depot is much more worth it. And scanner sweep, you know, situational. Well, as I said, because this is a novice map, there's instructable degrees, so don't expect any sort of a Zerg rush and a 9 host, 8 host, up to 6 host, because it's all totally ran down. It's to cater for the beginners, which for me, although I'm not exactly a beginner to begin with in this video, I play quite a bit, but because I still suck, because it's still relatively competitive inside the Southeast Asian servers. So right now, while I'm hacking the battlecruiser, I'm just deploying Marines. I have 5 Marines and ES3. Okay, forgot to flash out. And it's having one Beaver and one Marauder. But this shouldn't be a problem, because I'm now going to quickly build up my fusion core. I'm gonna hide it down here, just to hide it. Then instead of building a separate tech lab, while my starport is being busy built up, I just build a tech lab, not need to just switch it around. Because fusion core, well, they don't take a fairly long to actually build. So by that time it's built, I can actually have my tech lab up and I can build. Never stop building your work. That's a mistake that many players make, including myself, which I'm still working on, because you need a solid economy and always avoid getting a sense of life. That's the whole thing is like sort of tunnel vision. Because it's a two-player map, I know exactly where he is. Well, I decided to go something really crazy, and there it is. My fusion core is ready. And I have submarines to back them up. This is gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna speed this up just a teeny bit before you can actually move on to attack. So by the time I get my battlecruiser out of around 8:30 mark, I can effectively just move it for the kill. So 7 minutes in, you can start building the battlecruiser. That's pretty much my optimal time to do it. Sorry, I can't be just short at one time. So battlecruiser coming up, and they are still just pumping release for well defense. Well, a good way. It's fine if you're tagging, but you are facing like something like a battlecruiser. That's not gonna help with that much. And there it is. My battlecruiser is here. Slow down just a little bit. I should be building more SCVS, but what the heck, because I'm just gonna test this build out. This is just for a test purpose. Well, I actually did that on the hard AI enemy. Well, which I can easily steamroll them pretty much every single time. This is just like a back to basic sort of stuff. So Red's Gullion is still mining away, unaware that he has like a battlecruiser at his back door. And now he is. Now like battlecruiser has to be shooting down and then he's gonna try to defend it, pushing everybody back. But he's gonna kind of attack air, borders coming to air. But I'm not sure. And now, the line is gone, and that's pretty much. Well, all I can really say is that don't stop building workers. If you know where your enemy is, then you should possibly like do whatever is safest. But for me, I like to tend to wall off because I'm doing something high tech. And never stop building workers. You need a lot of them, seriously. Fully saturate your mineral line, and then you can sustain your development. Because if it's like this, you can't really support 3 barracks, even if you're just pumping out like marines or something. It just cannot support. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next game and show you what are the basic stuff which I can sort of teach you at this point. Well, not exactly teach you, but give some little advice and tips in my gameplays. Alright, next game coming up. Game number 2, this is Viper versus me. Viper's on the bottom left and I'm on the top right. We're playing Protoss against Protoss. So it'll be a PvP match. So my intention for this build is to go and tag to Void Ray, outside the Void Ray, set one out and see what this guy will actually do. And I'm not criticizing players' opinions, not am I having intention to cheese people. It is for me to actually like teach you or give you some tips what you should do if you happen to be in a situation like this. Now actually I want to try scouting out with my probe right here, but in the end it got stuck because I didn't realize there was destructible rocks there. So there were some rocks here, and I'm building my pylon at 10 and so does he. So and he's gonna go straight to another pylon. Well, it's not advisable because at 13 supply I decided to go for my gateway. So I decided to send my probe back to work, getting my simulator out because I'm gonna go someplace a little bit techy. So keep producing workers and send your probes back to work. Your probes ain't good if it ain't moving at all. It ain't good when it's idling. So gonna boost some more probes, and gateway goes down on 13 supply. And he's not doing it. It's still empty. He's not building his first gateway. 1 second. Yep. So now it's still waiting for it. I decided to start mining some gas, but I didn't mine it immediately. I still need some probes to get my economy rolling. But you should get some probes in the gas. Yep, that's right. 1 probe in the gas. And he's going for a quick double gas as well, so his gas is rolling. He has more gas than I do, but he has less mineral saturation. So my mineral patches not really saturated, but still relatively more than what he's got. And cybernetics core goes on as soon as my gateway is completed. And only then in the 3rd minute mark he only starts his first gateway. It shouldn't be the case. I'll probably build my first gateway at 13 supply, and now got myself supply block, and then once I have my gateway done, I'll quickly transition into a cybernetics core straight away. So gateway being built, he's not really doing anything that much. So way equal in probes, no doubt about it. And quickly crank out my very first zealot right there. So it should be completed within the next 35 over seconds. So now I should do something about it. While I'm waiting for my gas to come out. Only then, with my gas coming up, I decided to deploy my first Stargate. And I didn't go straight away to my warp gate tag just yet. Now I just started to go to warp gate tag. I don't really intend to use the warp gate tag because I'm not going for proxy gate or anything like that. I'm going for something like a void ray, and it's a Stargate. So now he's going quick gas, but he's not getting his cybernetics core. You should really get it after you first completed your gateway. And if you're like going like say something like a 4 gate, build your cybernetics core, then follow up with more gateways. Only then you can start building more zealots quicker. If you have to do this, you probably need to wait one after the other for your zealots to complete. If you do have multiple gateways, then you can actually build in like a few at a time. Okay, now about 5:20 I started my void ray. I had my chrono boost out for the Stargate. Now I'm building my second gateway, and I'm still researching my warp gate technology. So where's your cyber core? It's still building pylons. Again, I'm not criticizing people as well. I'm just trying to say what you should do, what you should not do as basics. So now Viper has quite a bit of minerals. In fact, he has a lot of gas. Seriously, he has tons and tons of gas. Build a cybernetics core and crank a few stalkers so you can actually use up your gas. So now I decided to push in with my void ray. It's completed, so I'm now moving in. So he has 3 zealots, although I have only 2, but I have 2 void rays, and I'm still cranking my warp gate technology. It's almost done. So I'm now building another pylon, and only just before the 7-minute mark, he starts his cyber core. Way too late. You probably need to get some stalkers out by then, because I'm already sending on my first void ray. And when my first void ray comes out, this is what happens. My second void ray already on the way, and that's what happens. He leaves the game pretty much almost immediately because he has nothing to counter a void ray. That's it. The poor fellow has to leave the game. That's pretty much not something I really want to recommend. Okay. Part 2 of this video will actually be a player who I actually did play. He's actually pretty damn decent. Okay, so I'm gonna upload the first 2 games. The next next game against another guy in the practice league will be the next video. Okay, chill out.